Okay, there we go. Yeah, that was weird. I hate when this Streamlabs does that. There's the sound, right? Although it looks like it may not have the sounds, in game. So let me fix that now. Oh, or actually, I think I have to play some kind of sound for it to register that there is a sound. Thanks for that catch, Lord Jar Jar. Thanks for that catch. Here, we'll start the game. Yeah, so I'm working like I was saying to myself. Apparently, I'm working on the despair. Got to kind of drag it out a little bit more at the end, like the get the sadness, like the quick look, the other quick look, and then kind of going down a little bit. Maybe I'll do where it like kind of like tilts or something. There we go. Yep. All right, we got all the sounds now. So I'm thinking with this, let's play it again. So file, open. Let me make sure I saved it. Yeah, the sad part is it's so much easier to just edit things in this than it is in the actual program. All right, so let's take a look at the despair. And maybe I could also slow down the animation a little bit. There we go, and then it goes to its face. That's a pretty respectable pause. All right. You know what? I like it. For a V1 kind of dealio, I like it. So this is the stalker, I believe. We can get rid of the stalker. So for this, I'm going to lower the animation speed. Now, the minimum cooldown is anywhere from 30 seconds to a minute and 30 seconds. They kind of, they're going to do randomly, like it's one of their idle states. It lasts about 4 to 6 seconds. I'm going to bump that up to like 6 to 8 seconds because I just reduce the animation speed just to give it enough time to play the entire animation. Maybe after the sobbing, they could spin their heads sort of around like a reset. You really want some head spinning going on, huh? I don't know. I got to make it because I want you to feel bad for them. All right. So we gotta kind of look at these. Man, they kind of wander quite a bit, which is good. I want them to be kind of restless at night. I want them to keep moving. Oh, what are you doing? Nope, you just took a little break. Okay, you're just looking around. We'll spawn more. I still have to adjust their Stop walking away! See, this guy's just over here looking around. What are you doing? Looking around? Come on. One of you must do it! I did want to make it a little rare. But I think I made it too rare. I think I made it too rare. So let's bump this down. Let's do anything from I'll keep it at 30 seconds, but I'll give it like every minute, maybe. Or actually, that's way more than a minute. Because technically, a minute would be this. Oh, so my numbers were a little off. So really, 90 would have been the appropriate minute and a half. Okay, we'll try this new one first, and this time I'm gonna build like a gate to hold them all in, so they can walk all around, but I'll be able to see them all. Yeah, I just want to make sure like the animation looks right. I want you to maybe feel a little pity for these poor souls. Maybe I can make an ability called Skull Bash, where they actually take off their head and hit you with it. A literal skull bash. All right. So we'll spawn a couple of you in here, a couple of you, and a couple of you, and a couple of you. All right. Yeah, they are. I'm going to reduce the the idle sounds a little bit. Well, we'll put it at a lot less. You know what? I'm gonna make it just a lot less. So we'll have a 15% chance. That was the drifters annoy me because you just hear them so often. I don't want my skeletons to be like that. Extra range by whacking you with their arms. Yeah, right. Pull off an arm and then hit you with it. These are all possible. Oh yeah, and the new updated skeleton models there, you could see the ribs. I have like a two-toned kind of thing going on. What are you doing? No, nothing. Both of them stopped. All right. So far, so good. I think when the game starts, your minimum and maximum cooldowns start ticking. It's not like a clean slate. So it's going to be a 30 seconds to a minute and 30 seconds is the random delay. It could be any time in between there where it looks down at itself in pity? Question mark. Oh, there it is. All right, I like it. Oh, that one's doing it now. Oh, boo-hoo. I noticed something weird, too. You notice one of their hands are missing. One of their hands are totally missing. But I think I just have to redo the hand. For whatever reason, it just disappeared. But when there's sun and light and it casts a shadow, you actually see the shadow of the hand. The texturing's right. It's done this to me once before with the jaw. The jaw just decided to disappear. Oh, and there it goes. Yes, curse your existence. Oh, man. I like it. It kind of breaks up the monotony, although they are kind of restless walking around. I do like that. I wanted these things to feel, again, restless, moving. And then, of course, slash time set day. They all kind of go to sleep during the day. They all do it at random intervals, too. So, like, if I have 3, even though it's daytime, they're still kind of walking around. And then they'll slowly all get the cue, right? Like, okay, I should be sleeping now. And then they'll randomly start to go down for naps. See, like that one did it first. So, like, as they're in the field, that one's second, and that one's third. Interesting how there's that one shadow there. I think that's the other broken hand. I don't know. Are you going to have missing pieces be a feature, like missing leg of the stalkers? I was thinking about it. Originally, I was going to do something like that, like a stalker with like 4 legs, but I don't know. It didn't look that good for all the work you'd have to put into it. Like each version of the stalker that I would have to make that would be missing a limb, it would be a completely different entity that spawns. And then pulling from a slightly different texture mapping. That way the leg is still technically there, it's just a default, transparent image so it looks like it's not there. Kind of like the fist right now. I do like the death animation for the first pass. I do want to do more with the head. Like maybe have it to where like the head falls off first. But I figure for the first pass through, it's a death animation. It works well. And if we go into a real world, I'll spawn one. Um, and we'll spawn it during the day, just to get a feel. Oop, great world. I think they're gonna blend in with the grass pretty well. Like obviously the bright red one isn't gonna really work. The russet one may work the best. Maybe even the ashen one. But I think there, in tall grass, you may stumble upon these. I wish you could change the idle sounds. Yes, yes, confirm, confirm. I don't care. I wish you could change the idle sounds to be locked into a certain time of day. Game mode 2, yes. All right, so let's grab. I'll grab one of every kind of skeleton. There we go. So for instance, like you got this guy here. It's daytime, buddy. There you go. So like that's not super tall grass, but when you're kind of walking around, it reminds me of like the pile of rocks, right? They could fake dead / sleep during the day. They do, yeah. Yeah, accident. So since it's daytime, they're technically just sitting idle. If you get too close, there, we'll do it. Like you wouldn't know it's really over there. I can't really see it. And then you get too close, and then it springs up and starts trying to get you. Oh, shit. And the jumping. I can run away from this guy. Yes, yes. And see, you get far enough away, and then it goes back to sleep. I think if I had hit it, it wouldn't really want to go back to sleep. Like now it's in an aggressive state. So let's try and run away from it now. Oh wait, I didn't put that in. Yeah, so it would go down. What I can do is we can make a quick change here. Because I don't really have many things on, so I'll copy this. I should probably do this for the stalkers as well. Oops. So I'll do when not in emotional state aggressive damage. So if you hit them, they're not going to just, oh, I should be sleeping. And, they'll have to be out of that aggressive state before, so it allows them more opportunity to pursue and chase you. Seeing the white ones in the winter is going to be a nightmare, right? They could definitely be mistaken for shrooms. Could be worse if they change to an object block when inactive and snow accumulated. I think they run away too fast for that little leg animation. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I never made an actual run animation. Damn it. And here I am making the death animation, I'm like, I'm going to do extra and do oh no, the despair. Yeah, I never gave them. God, I hate the frickin' rain. Hold on. We're doing this. Trying to hear myself think. It's hard enough. There we go. There we go. Now we just have the gentle wind. I'm going to add this to the stalkers as well. For their sleeping. Because it only makes sense, like, if they're aggroed and agitated, that they don't just turn around and go right back to sleep. There we go. So it's going to only try and trigger daytime sleeping when you didn't piss it off. This fog, man, right? Come up to it. Oh, and I love this, too, because it's trying to attack me. Because it's kind of weird. Sometimes it seems like the AI can detect when, the player's in creative and when it's not. Other times it seems like they can't. Like they see the players close and they just go for it. But yeah, that's looking kind of good. See, the red's going to be easy to spot, right? The russet's not really. The red's going to be, the scarlet one's going to be the only one that you could kind of really pick out. Come on, y'all. Just go down to sleep. There we go. There we go. And I think that one did it. So like the russet, yeah, even I mean even the ashen one's going to be pretty easy to, to be able to. And I think this one's popping like it's camouflaged more just because, of where it is. Like texture's pretty close. The red, you got, you should be able to see that pretty easily. Although the colored ones are going to be more rare. You'll see the common one more. Bernardo. Damn bot welcoming me. Yeah. The bot seems to like you. It told me so last night. It's like, man, that Bernardo. How's it going, Bernardo? I'm definitely happy with where these are right now. I like the fact that they have no eyes. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with them going forward, but I like the ribs that I added. I like the dual colors, so you can really see like the spine, spikes pop a little more. I do like it. The mouth kind of opening and closing, how the teeth are like black. And then it went down to sleep. The end, I wanted them to act like this because the idea is I don't know what I'm going to call them. For now, I just call them alpha versions. And I think that's mainly because I'm going to be playing Atlas again, probably live streaming it soon. Just something to, do on the side. And, the more powerful versions of the creatures in that game, they're called alphas. So the alpha version of this, I'm envisioning more of like a thick kind of bone golem that will put down the gravestone, right? And the gravestone will have a chance of spawning skeletons around it, right? It has temporary gravestone blocks it's going to place, and each skeleton has a chance of like spawning within, the grave part of the gravestone. So it could be like, the alpha pops up and then it can make a temporary mini graveyard that if you can kill the alpha and all the skeletons, maybe there's some better loot when you start breaking those temporary gravestones. But that's why I wanted to where, they all kind of go into a pile because the object is you're running through a field, right? And you got the hills and everything. This is a terrible example of it. There we go. Right, you're kind of running through the hills and you may not see right on the other side here that, there's a bunch of graves and all the skeletons are down until you actually go and pop through the trees and all of a sudden you're like stuck like I am. Damn it. There we go. And you pop out and you're like, oh shit. So that's the idea. I have to I may end up tweaking the ribs. I think I made them too close together. So I may take out a couple, like a rib from each one and then space it differently. Oh, yes, sleep next to the mushroom. Perfect. Yeah, it's just about mushroom height, too. Good. Good. I'm good, thanks you. Hey, I'm pretty good. Pretty darn good. Today is kind of like my Friday. I work tomorrow, but a lot of the districts have off tomorrow, so you could break a few ribs too for fun. Yeah, now that I have like a base model, it's all about tweaking it, right? The animations and everything, the way I made things, so I had a feeling I was going to keep revisiting this stuff. So what I do is I create a cube, an empty cube pretty much, that it's all zeroed out. And then that cube itself is responsible for, I do like an underscore below it or beneath it. So like that cube is responsible for an entire leg segment. So this part right here, this is the left lower leg segment. So it's going to be all the bones that make up this little chunk that connects even to the foot down here. Like that's its own separate. And then what I do with the animations is I will animate based on these empty models, and then whatever blocks I have inside anchor to that model. So as it moves and swings, I don't have to redo any animations. Yeah. And I was also considering, because see, on here, it looks a lot better, right? You're like, yeah, so you'll be able to see, the darker texture underneath, but there's just too many ribs. And I think I was looking at the model a lot like this, so I'm like, yeah, look at that gap there. That's a big gap. You'll be able to see, but, it shrinks everything down and can't really see it. So really, I could just try to remove a rib, right? And then I'd have to shift everything up to meet it. Maybe the top could have less ribs and the bottom could have more, but then maybe I could get rid of the darker, like I can make something like that to where it's hollow for the bottom. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's a difficult decision. But you see, now that I have the model, like it's going to be easy to bust out things like that. Maybe I could shift it to where it follows the spine a little more. But I figure for a rough draft, this is pretty good. I'll enable those again. I'll probably deal with it more off stream. I've done a lot of work on the model itself. I think for a 1.0 release, it's pretty good. It's definitely different than before. I want to tweak with the hands as well. Oh, and we should make the AI to where it breaks down the door. You know what? We're going to do that this stream. I'm going to close this out. Oh, yeah, this is going to be good. So let's get some. Let's see what we have for doors. I think there's only 3. That's not really a door. So we have trap doors. I don't care about trap doors. So we have the iron door, we have the wooden door, and of course we have the rough wooden door. That rough wooden door is going to be like toilet paper. I can already feel it. I mean, the thing practically breaks anyways. So what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to set this up to be a point of interest that only our skeletons here are going to care. Please don't break iron doors. No, iron doors are going to be unbreakable. Yeah, just listen to that thing. There's no way any of my skeletons are going to be able to break down an iron door. No way. I mean, even wooden doors, like it's going to be hard. I want to make it hard for them to break down wooden doors. But honestly, why would they break doors? They have hands. They can open them. Well, they have fists. They don't exactly have hands to, do things, right? Like the idea is these things, I want them to act more on impulse, like primal impulse. Like they have that, maybe that coming to where they get a bit of their humanity back, a bit of self-awareness, where they kind of look at their hands, like, oh my God, and then I'm despaired, right? And then they go back and then they're just their restless selves, pacing around. So that's, an animal, right? Like, sure, like they could do the, open the door, but at the same time, I'm giving them like, fists, right? Like, closed fists. They're not going to really have the know-how to be like doorknob, click, open, so they're just going to rush to the door and they're going to hit, and then bam is the envisioning idea that I have for them. I think what is the best way to do this? New follower. Wait, because I know that sound. Nickel ass. Thanks for the follow. Give people a reason to build locks, but honestly, why would they break down doors? Give people a reason to build locks. The doors don't exactly have handles or hinges yet. That's true. I just don't want them to like open a door and walk through. I think it's scarier when they're pounding on the door and then you see that door start to get cracks in it, right? As they keep trying to break it down, and then eventually succeeding. I was considering having like a lock in game. You know, the question is, I don't even know how you lock a door. Right? Like, because I know it is lockable. So it would be with like a padded lock, right? I have no idea. No idea. Hi, cool mod you're working on. Thanks. Yeah, it's it's definitely coming together. I love that. I love the sounds. They're definitely creepy. Saw your spider mod release some days ago. I remember correctly. Yeah, this is the same mod. Yeah, the stalkers are another one of my creatures. Yeah, so this mod's gonna kind of make the game a little more difficult. Has anyone ever made a lock? Yeah, right. They're only useful as a double protection for claimed lands. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've never made a lock. I've never applied a lock. So it has it has the metal door. Like if you saw that and you hover over, so you could do fencing. Oh, it's a lot of things. So you have to do shift. Cannot lock. This block is not reinforced using the plumb and square. So you need a plumb and square too? So you need one of these. Great for reinforcing blocks. God damn it. God damn it. Okay, so I added it to it. Now I can add a lock. I just want it to work. Damn it. It's not working at all. You know what? I'm gonna throw it over. Here, take the lock. Look at you sleeping during the day. There you go. It was kind of creepy doing the stalkers because I wanted to make it realistic. So there are spiders that hiss, spiders that make that kind of sound. It was creepy having to get the audio and listen to it and then edit it, amplify it. Man, you get the creeps. I'm very looking forward to it. Drifters are boring. Yeah, I kind of felt the same way. Like drifters, they're cool, but it's like too much of a good thing, like and there's not enough dynamic change within the drifter tiers to where, it feels different, right? Like the double-headed, maybe the one with antlers, but at the same time it's like it's still drifter. I just want more things. I'm going to be adding the plan is to add a lot of monsters. Let's pull up the old guide. And each one's they're going to have certain behaviors, like the spiders. Everything's going to have special abilities. So spiders leap. They try to web you. They have web shot, and then their main hitting attack is Poison Fang, which does a pretty big amount of damage to you and knocks you back. For these guys, my skeletons, they're going to be more melee. Like the spiders they do some melee, but they also jump to make distance and they try to web you down before going in and attacking. These guys, they just rush right to you, and then they dual wield, so they try and hit you with the left and right hand as they're chasing you. And then they have a special attack, which is, I think I called it like crushing blow. So they kind of haul back and then, just swing and deck you, which is a pretty big knockback. And then they laugh like kind of creepily, which it does a lot of damage actually if you get hit by it. And then they continue to jump around sometimes to kind of get behind you, but yeah. I hit it, and it's aggroed right now, so it can't go back to sleep, so it's going to pace around a little bit. Same thing should be with the spider. I should have been able to wake it up with a blow. There we go. And see, it's no longer... It's still doing aggressive damage. I don't know. That should be working. I hear a drifter. But yeah. I You got some really good ideas for them. Good job. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna add your mod to the next server. Yeah, I'm pretty much I'm trying to fine tune things. The spawning has been a challenge just because I don't have time to pull up a server, and spawning also depends on the amount of people that you have. My current version, the Stalkers, people have expressed concern about how frequently they spawn. So in the next update, which is probably going to go out today or tomorrow, I'm going to be pushing out the version of the Hollows, greatly reducing the spawn rates of things. That way, it's going to be a little more rare to come across them, because it is annoying when there's like 5 spiders and 3 of them are trying to throw web shot, and it's just big cocoon of web. Like that wasn't really my intention. Oh, yeah, thing's sleeping. I'm trying to think how I can. I don't like touching blocks, or anything similar to that. Like modifying any of the base game's files. But I also need to make a point of interest for doors without editing the door code. We may have to see if we can convert the point of interest into maybe a block behavior, like a block entity behavior. That way, on the doors itself, I can just maybe do a patch on the door under the attributes and have it to where it's looking for my particular block entity, or the behavior. I mean, maybe do something like that. Oh, you know what? Let's see if that already exists. I've done this once before with like horizontal stuff, um, and it already existed. So let's look up vintage story. Yeah, we'll go to the main wiki. There we go. Where am I? Oh, I remember why I was here. All right, so block behaviors. Maybe instead of breaking the door, they just open it. Someone else said that, but there's something different about this thing trying to bash your door down, and you hear the banging and you're like, oh my god, what's that? Like, we're under attack. Other than just hearing a click and then having a skeleton just kind of walk in. I personally would like a little more theater. a little bit more oomph. Hmm. I do not see anything here. There's lockable. Pfft, lockable doesn't work. Or I'm just doing it wrong. But I'm not seeing anything. Ooh. Push event on block broken. That's interesting. Right click pickup. No. Slab sneaking in place. Placeable. Yeah, there's nothing here that. So we're going to have to try to make a block behavior for this. Yeah, we're going to have to do that. They could still bang on the door and stuff. Well, yeah, they could bang on the door, but then they open it. Like, I want them to break the door. That's my personal, because look at this. Look at this. Hold on. Let me open this back up here. Because I already have an animation made for it. Let's pull it back up. Boop. File open. Hollow. Oh, and for now, my monsters only spawn on the surface. It will be very easy to have these things spawn underground as well. I have to have them as 2 separate entities, because the surface spawning frequency is vastly different than the underground frequency. So they're going to have to be 2 separate things. But once I have the one to where like people are kind of happy with it, for the most part, I'm never going to make everyone happy, but then I will introduce the bottom, the entities that spawn underground. Yeah, surface spawns are scarier, right? Surface spawns are scarier than the deep spawns, right? That's true. But here, let's take a look at this here. So this is it here. Bam, bam, bam. Just imagine that a little slower. A little slower, because I'm gonna drag it out so it's gonna go bam, bam, bam. That's what I want. And every time like the final bam hits, I want it to be, like a certain tick, like randomized, a certain tick into the destruction of that door block. Yeah. I could make it to where the I think the next monster, once I get this pushed out, we are going to be, oh yeah, the different monsters here. So we are going to be doing either the unstable, which are going to be like they're going to be like creepers in WoW. They're going to really dislike sunlight. Like I'm going to give them AI to where they're going to actively try to get out of sunlight. Their special ability may be invisibility, unless they go around artificial light. So if you have like oil lamps and stuff, it will uncloak them. But I'm envisioning with them kind of like a beholder from Dungeons and Dragons, like a floating eyeball with like just tentacles kind of all around. We also I could do the Wraith or Spectral or Phantom. I'm not sure what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be a either way. I kind of want to do a flying monster next. I've made two ground ones, right? One can climb up walls, the other one, is just a ground, right? The hollow is just a ground. I think the ghost could be fun as well, the wraith, because I can have it to where they can potentially just kind of go through solid walls, maybe. So like and maybe those things spawn not really during the day, but whenever something else dies, I could have a very slim chance of, having like the wraith spawn, and maybe with them like they may go like invisible during the day. I'm not sure. And yeah, and here I kind of want the ghost to have a fear ability as well. So we're gonna have those. I want to put abyssals in, which are gonna be like the Cthulhu kind of underwater tentacle monster things. I would like to do elementals. I have to come up with a better name, something more Lovecraftian. But we're talking about your classic fire, water, ice, earth, wind, holy, darkness, lightning, rust, corruption. Like all the different things, right? All the different kind of elementals, and fire will spawn from like maybe pits of lava, and ice from like ice blocks or temperature related. And then my events. When I have enough monsters, I want to make an event called the Music of the Sphere, which is in Lovecraftian lore. Um, there's this big planet-sized thing called Groth. Basically, it just kind of floats in and out of existence, and basically it just kind of hovers in the sky, right? And it's this big eye. And its only job is to pretty much, if there are any sleeping like ancient ones, it kind of awakens everything, which usually leads to an apocalypse. So I want to pick like a moonrise event in game, have everything shift down similar to like a temporal storm. But the moon itself is going to be bigger in the sky, and it's going to be this big. I already have a texture for it. That's how excited I was for it. Hold on. I got it. I got it here. I think I put it in environment. There it is. Yeah. So that's going to be like the eye that kind of shifts up. And then for a limited amount of time, it's going to spawn all of my creatures, like in pretty aggressively everywhere. Kind of like a temporal storm. But I'm really looking forward to doing an event like that. It's gonna be a labor of love, but I think it's gonna be so freaking cool doing that. All right, so yeah, I'm talking here, and I should be looking at some game code. What do you say? Let's crack into it. .NET Spy. let's look at some let's look at some block behaviors. and see what kind of things the block behaviors are adding. I'm pretty sure I can make a block behavior for point of interest. Please don't spam too many annoying surface enemies. People like to build in peace. Well, you better build some defenses. No, the spiders are way overtuned for spawning. I've reduced the spider spawning by a ridiculous amount, pretty much 99%. So they're going to be a lot less frequent, but you'll know when you stumble upon one. Like, it's going to be similar to that. And these things only spawn at night and in darkness. So, well, technically darkness, like night, but just don't go out at night. maybe hex it in, just sit inside and get a bake a pie. Bake a pie. Have a piece of pie, maybe distill some alcohol. Vexus just got home. Nice. Mm. We are going to look at block behaviors. Let's take a look at the site. Let's get a you know what? Horizontal orientable. We're going to look at this block behavior as a reference to see kind of how it works. Sorta kinda. Boom. Let's find it. Show me your secrets. There we go. Okay, so what kind of things is it trying to do here? Block behavior. Initialize is where we would have to do the point of interest. Unloaded, I'd have to make a special key for it, right? So wait, what are we doing here? JSON item stack. Is this drop? This drop, is drop an item? Oh, so it's a JSON dropped item stack. A lot of this stuff I'm not going to need. Get drops, here we go. So what are you trying to do? Looks like it's just trying to drop an item with a certain variant. Oh, this is how it's preserving the block face of it. Interesting. We don't need any of this. Try place, we don't care about it. The only thing we need to do is register it as a point of interest. Hey, you're doing everything. I'm glad I caught you streaming. I'm glad too. Exploration trips take more than one day, so there's definitely going to be some fighting, right? I mean, there's going to be a lot of fighting with drifters. I'm not touching or modifying drifter spawning at all. So you're still going to get bombarded with drifters. It's just there's going to be some skeletons and stuff every once in a while that are going to get those buns, those piping hot buns. All right, so we're going to make a block behavior here. What I'm going to do is first we have to shut down the game. That's step number one. I'm going to have to create a new... I could probably do it in block behavior. No, I'm going to make a new folder here. We'll keep it separated. I will call this block behavior. For now, I'm just going to copy a random block and paste it in. We are going to call this... I want to keep it similar to the formatting here. So block behavior and then the name. So I'm going to move this over. Dem buns. Gonna get them buns. All right. So this is going to be block behavior. I'm going to say point of interest. Bam. I'm going to copy this name. We're going to paste this here, and paste it here. So the idea is, and I can work this out with the spiders too, instead of relying on the game's way of setting a point of interest, I can create a block behavior for registering point of interest with certain things. maybe what I could do is in the attributes, I'll have it pass a JSON, couple JSON attributes. That way I can say like this is a point of interest for, entity stalker, right? So I can attach that behavior to like my spider blocks, right? Or my spider web blocks. And then doors, right? That's a point of interest to, hollows. And then, I can run code, right? Like when it goes to the point of interest, at that point, I can create an AI that says, yeah, if you see this point of interest around, hone in on it. And then, I can further expand that AI to where it's like, okay, now you see this door, run over to it. Maybe it will have a closer range, maybe like a 4 or 5 block range. So, but it's going to try and get you from inside. So as long as you don't lead it to the door, it won't see the door. And then, it's going to start breaking down the door when it sees it. Of course, this is something that I will make it to where you could disable in the configs. Not everyone's probably going to want, doors to be broken, and I understand that. I'll probably do something similar to like the stalker webbing, to where like you could put it into where it does nothing. It can affect non-claim lands the way it's designed, or it's just a free for all and it's going to knock your shit down. I'll default it to like the safe, if it's claimed land, it can't do anything to your door. But okay, let's get rid of some of this crap right off the bat. Get block info, that isn't even going to be something we could use. Not going to use any of that. Basically, we just want to initialize. And I'm going to have to extend. We're going to have to extend block behavior. And we are going to have to make some more tweaks. By tweaks, we're going to have to pass this in. Initialize is going to be different as well. I might as well just copy the core method. It's a different kind of initialize. It has nothing to do with the API. And this, instead of API, we're going to have to just type in properties. Now, let's start expanding. So this is a basic block behavior. I need to register the block behavior. I believe I have to make a new section, right? Yeah, I do. Okay, so I'm going to call this block behaviors, or block behavior, yeah. Ah, shoot, how do I do this? Again, I did it once. I don't want to look at my other mods. Register. Block behavior class, that's what it was. I think so. Block entity? Oh, shoot, block behavior or block entity behavior? I think I want to block entity behavior. Oop. We'll see. We will see. Because a block behavior, I'm going to be limited to what I can do. I'm not going to get all the information I need about the block from just block itself. It's got to be a block entity. Like when a door is a block entity, because when you right click on it, it needs to register that you're right clicking to do whatever function, i.e. open and close. A block is just a dumb thing that sits there and does nothing but displays a texture until it's broken or told otherwise. All right, so let's do, which means I'm going to have to rename things. Hold on. Let's come back up to here. So instead of block behavior, this is going to be block entity behavior. Boop. This is going to be block entity behavior. Bam, bam, and bam. All right, that's looking better. That's looking better. We'll do dot name, comma, we'll do type of, boop, little brackets, paste. There we go. So it should have registered the new entity class that does nothing. Would it be possible if creatures just phase through certain blocks, like ghost passing through branch/leaves, but not stone. Possibly, you would have to. We'll end up probably doing that with the wraith when I make the wraith, because I want its special ability to be able to kind of like phase through solid objects and then kind of get to where the player is, like indoors, just kind of floating and drifting around. So to do something like that, you're gonna have to modify the collision, like what happens when it collides with a block. What I want to do is I could either have it to where it has a couple phases, like it could either it's always going to be able to do it, or if it's in a certain state, like if it's like a solid form, then yeah, but then maybe it can fade to like transparent, right? And then I can give it the ability to just bypass the collision, right, horizontal or vertical. Because really, all it does is like when you collide with some other block, it pretty much just tells your momentum to stop. And that's what stops you from actually going through. But if you edit that part of the code, you'll be able to go right through it, you know. Oh, that's great. That's kind of what I was trying to think of. Can you state certain kind of blocks that'd be able to phase through? Does it have to be like all blocks? Well, yeah, that's where you would have to go in, probably do like a nested if statement or switch statement or something saying like, because you could still get the block that you're passing through, um, on collide. And then you can say like, okay, in this space, right, where my entity is, you can get it as a block position, and then say, okay, if this block position, if it's air or if it's stone or if it's dirt, you could pass through. But maybe if it's wood, for whatever reason, you can have another statement that says, okay, if wood, then you know you can't, then stop, right? Then you would enable whatever the base functionality of on collide would be. So yes, you should be able to do that, and that's just how I would do it. When we get to wraiths. All right, so this would be a block entity behavior. Okay, so we have this. I am going to test this out because I have to make sure that it's even calling anything. So I'm going to copy this. We're going to paste it down here. I'm going to make it annoying. It's going to be a really long arrow. It's going to say BEH exclamation, and I'll give myself a little heart for, you know, just because I have done a good job and I deserve a cookie. And this is going to be on registration. So I'm going to have to go into one of my blocks up here. Which one should I do? I'll do the debug block. Yeah, I'll add it to the debug block. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll add it to the debug block. I had to think about it there. So basically, I have to get the behaviors. Let's go back to debug. Boop. We'll paste that in here. This is going to be the string from behaviors. It's going to be this. Oops. There we go. So that should register my new behavior that does nothing, but it's going to give a print statement. Oh, wait. Did I make this a block entity? Hold on. It's got to be a block entity and not a block. Yes. Okay. Yeah, so this should work then. We'll see if it works anyways. It could blow up in my face. I could be doing this completely wrong because I've never done this before. I'm just trying to do what makes sense. I was trying to think of like if I could do that for like certain things that block the ghost. Some that can just phase through, so I wasn't sure. Yeah, I think what I would end up doing is with the ghost, I think it'd be a cool idea to make like a ward kind of thing. So like the block can't get back. Like maybe it's a special kind of block you can make that would bar, ghosts from phasing through, kind of like a force field or something. Ba-bow. So this is what we're looking at over here. Ads back. Don, you ads. Again, as long as it makes you feel something. Did it do anything? I don't see my print statement, so I'm not sure if it actually did anything. We should be seeing this on initial. Oh, wait. I'm assuming that on initialize would be. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to copy and paste this a bunch of times. That way, if it does do something, boop, there we go. I'll be able to see it more clearly. You would think on initialize would be when the block is first placed. Come on down. Oh, wait a minute. Would behaviors? I may be registering this incorrectly. I say that because I'm extending block behavior. Now my question is there a block entity behavior? Let's take a look. Impatience breaks the whole thing. I can be quite impatient sometimes. So block behavior can ignite, block behavior. So let's look for a block entity behavior. See if, aha. And what do we have here? A block entity behavior. Well, well, well. Okay, so let's pull up yeah, block entity behavior. Let's analyze it. Used by. Look at all of this stuff. Block behavior attracts light, block behavior burning. Yeah, let's look at burning. So yeah, I need to yeah, this wouldn't work because I need to call the correct thing. So let's close this out. Let's go back in here. Yeah, it's not block behavior, it's block behavior entity. I'm just going to shut down the game because it's going to be very unhappy with a bunch of things. See, and it's not block anymore. It would be a block entity. We got a raid. Arajakata. I'm terrible with names. I'm sorry if I butchered it. Hello. Welcome in, raiders. Let's do a shout out to. Yeah, thank God for tab complete, right? Oh, you're playing Minecraft. Awesome. How was it? You got it? Sweet. Oh, that's awesome. I normally don't get it. I am normally very, very off on names. What we're trying to do right now is we are trying to I'm trying to create a block entity behavior that's going to register points of interest so my hollows can break down doors. Oh, cool. I just noticed this, so I was able to follow you. Yeah, it kind of popped up on my screen there. It's like, oh yeah, you can. It was okay modding, or it was okay modding. You mean making the block behavior? We're doing it right now. We are doing it right now. We should see, yeah, with a heart when we get this right. So I think we can try again now. Let's build. Start again. I really like the idea of my creatures breaking down with It was okay with Minecraft modding. With Forge, it was okay. I prefer modding with this game more, mainly because each kind of big release of Forge kind of breaks a mod, and the more complex your mod is, the more you pretty much have to start from scratch most times, which can be kind of annoying. Some of the ways you do things, it seems like the people who have made the Forge API, they're really, really, really good at coding, and they want to show off those really, really, really good at coding skills by making things overly complex and then putting very basic information on their Forge docs where it's like, oh yeah, like registering an entity. There's no reason why, they have to keep changing it from like, oh well, you got to make a factory for it and then pull this part in and then pull all these fragments in and then they all kind of connect together and all it says is, yeah, make sure you register your entity before creating the spawning item for it. It's like, well, how do you register your entity? It's completely different now. Thanks. Going from like 1.17 to 1.18 could be just like a monumental task. This game, not so much. It seems like I left for a little bit. A bunch of revisions came by, a whole standard release went by, and my mod for the most part worked. Like I had to tweak like 2 different things, maybe, and bam, working again. So I very much prefer modding with this. And we're still not getting anything. We're going to make a couple of these here. I'm going to make a regular block entity, and then we are going to... Oh, you know what I should do? So this is the fire block entity. I should look to see how it's being attached. On fireplace, start burning, tick sound, slow server, kill fire. Oh, cool. So that kills the sound. That's good to know. From tree attributes to tree attributes. So that's how it saves fire position. Now the question is, how is this being called? Because I could be doing that wrong because I just have in the block itself. Here we go. We're using, not this, we're using the debug one. I just have behaviors. I wonder if it needs to be like entity behaviors. We're going to give it a try. I'm going to fireball it in. Boop. Circular definitions. Yeah. It's just, like I don't do modding as like a full-time job. I do it for fun. Oh, look at that. That's all it needed. Bah! So, yep, there it is. Bah! So right now, my custom behavior is running on this block. We'll just heal ourselves up. Oh, hey, there you go. Go down for a nap. It's daytime. Oh, man, just imagine that moon being bigger and then having the big eye on it and then having the event, like the big eye just staring down at you as it's like spawning monsters more aggressively. It's going to be so good. Yeah, I don't have time to spend a month, or 3, 4 weeks rebuilding a mod that I already added a bunch of things to because it breaks your rendering and it breaks the colors and it breaks your texture mapping and it breaks blah blah blah, Like I just want to be able to make the mod and then if I put it down and then come back to it in like 2, 3 months, I want to be able to just pick up where I left off and then continue adding things, not being like, well, sounds don't work and the items don't even register anymore and oh the tooltips are busted and you basically have to look at tutorials of people who already had to figure all this stuff out before, right? Who are just looking over on their other screen like doing a copy and paste of code, right? I just don't want to deal with that stuff. Okay, so this is currently running. Let's try and have it create a point of interest. Ooh, right? Lord Jar Jar, yeah, you missed the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome, welcome. We're gonna have our skeletons breaking down doors in no time. Maybe. Okay, so I have the basics of the point of interest here. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy the important information that I know we need. And we are going to add it. We're going to try and add it. And all of this stuff that I'm doing could be a complete waste of time. It could just not work. I am okay with that because at least I would have learned something new. So I'm going to copy a bunch of stuff that I know for a fact I don't need because I was really bad and I did not clean up the old code once it started working. So we're going to show potential fixes here. There we go. Oh, so I can't call anything with this. It's gonna have to be with I may have to make a block entity because I don't think I'm gonna be able to call BE from here. All right. So I'll keep it as this. I'll keep it as this. The important thing we're gonna have to do is this under initialize. Paste. So basically, I'm going to have to look at attributes, right? Because for a point of interest, I'm going to have it registered to a certain monster or a certain passive creature. Like I could have it to where I make a bee that attacks bears or something. Saber, wow, another raid. Saber with the raid. Oh, it's almost 5, isn't it? Yeah. I actually don't have much longer. Oh, wait. I was typing in the wrong thing. I want to do shout out. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Oh, here we go. Guess I wasn't following. I don't know. That doesn't seem right. I think I was. But yeah, you're playing Vintage Story. Gears go round and round. We are working on... I'm actually doing busy work right now. The hollows are pretty much done. The basic version of hollows are done. I'm going to have the mod update come out sometime probably tomorrow at this point. Maybe later tonight. I think I'm going to live stream later tonight because tomorrow's going to be an easier day. But we got sounds in for the most part. I have to fix the fist. Oh, it's looking at its humanity. Oh, it feels bad. It feels bad, and then it wanders. These things are assholes. Here, I'll do game mode 1. Look at it. That was interesting how the jump didn't work. There we go. That's the better jump. So it hits you with the left and right hands. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, these things are going to be annoying in the actual world. But imagine them, like, not only are they chasing you... Oh, I gotta fix the animation for the running, too. But yeah. I definitely like these things. Can't hit me! Right now I have it to where it's not doing much damage, so it doesn't completely kill me. Well, if you need a raid target, I have a suggestion. Oh, yeah, actually, that'll be great. Holy hell, terrifying. More things to hide in the corner from. Yeah. They come in different colors. Whoops. Their swing attack is brutal. I call it Crushing Blow. And these are around the same height, because these are the bones of the people. See, the jump animation I have to polish more. Yeah, see, now that they're aggro, they're trying to do the sweep. Boom. I love it. Load Claw. You know what? Oh, yeah, we'll probably end up raiding him. All right, so I gotta finish this. I gotta finish this. We're adding a point of interest, right? That's fine. I need a way to access the block itself, because we're getting a block behavior. Okay, let's do public. I'm gonna have to shut down the game for this. Can they break down or open doors? I want them to break down doors. I think they won't be able to break down iron doors, but I think it's going to be quite scary with them rushing up and breaking down doors. The rickety door, they're going to break down pretty easily. The wooden door, it'll probably take them a little bit, but maybe if I can figure out how the lock unlock thing works, um, you know, maybe I don't know. Well, I'll have to figure a lot of things out, but I would like them to like bang on the door. I even have the animation they hit, and then they hit, and it's on that last double hit that I want the crack in the door to start to form. Just how I'm envisioning it. I need to add a couple more things though because we have animal nestable that we're piggybacking off of. So let's add potential interfaces here. What are we missing? Distance, weight, point of interest, position. We're actually missing a lot of things. Ionable nest is suited for triad egg. Okay, so we do have that. Maybe I should just make a whole new one. The chickens are really the only things currently in the game that like register a kind of point of interest. Like I want anyways, because I want this thing to like perch. Yeah, see everything base mark dirty. We're gonna have to call all of this stuff using the block entity. So public will do block entity, if I could spell it right. My God, I spelled it horribly. Block entity, I'm just gonna put in BE capital for block entity. Or I'll do BEEM for my initials here, right? My mod initials. Ree! Still trying to fix up oh, your ostrich. Yeah, it's annoying trying to make it recognize a spot and nests on it. Well, it's really annoying having to create a whole block behavior that does all of that. Oh man. Cause see, it can actually register with this. What I can say is BE equals um I can't register it here. It's gonna have to be an initialize. So BE, there we go. So I'm gonna have to do something like this. I'll even put this dot. I know it's redundant, but I come from the world of Java. So basically, I need to take the block entity that the behavior is attached to, and I need to pass that information through, which is going to be through BEEM now. So anywhere that we're looking at positioning, let's go further down, right? The base block. Ooh, how am I going to do this? Base.em.block, maybe? No. Not sure how I'm going to do that. I may have to make another variable that deals with just block. I like a challenge. And of course I had to pick a challenge. Yeah, because this is block entity. And I don't think I have anything for the block itself. All right, I'll skip that for now. Um, just kidding. Apparently, everything else, it's trying to take the base block, which isn't going to work. I'm going to have to find another way to call this. Let's do a little experimentation. Let's look at BE underscore EM dot, and what do we have available to us? We do have block. Oh, so it wouldn't be base then. It would just be, okay, hold on. I'm going to cut this out. So if we come down here instead of base, it's going to be this. Instead of this full code, I think we're going to have to do the block. No, I'm going to have to figure out where, oh, snooze. My first alarm that says pay attention to the time. All right, so I'm going to have to find the full code. This full code. because I have a basic nesting block right now. It's kind of a hack job of the iAnimal nest and the point of interest. I had to take a lot from the chickens. Oh, full code is a public string for normal. I'm going to copy that in. I think we're going to end up pruning that out, actually. So then this dot full code is looking for normal. If it equals, and then I have a check here, right? If this full code equals null, then we change it to normal anyways. So really, I put normal in because that's the surface, the corruption level of my monsters. So I was only messing with the normal first. So this would be BE_EM. Copy that. Instead of base mark dirty, it's going to be BEEM mark dirty. Mark dirty down here, and bam. Okay. Wow. This may have created a point of interest. For now, I am going to say monster stalker nest den widow _em. Suitable for, I'm going to switch this from an alpha to, we're going to say surface stalker dash or stalker surface. All right, we're going to put that in as the keyword. Oh, I'm going to have my spiders be attracted to this block is basically what we're going to try to do. I want it to look at the block. I want it to lick its little fangs and then scurry right on over to it, go inside of it, and then sit down. If we can get that going, would have been mission complete. Now that we have to assume that everything's going to be correct with registering the point of interest. Now we're going to have to look at the AI for it. I think I already have the AI written up in the test underground version. And this AI is going to specifically be it's going to be under all the attack stuff. Here it is, a seek block EM. So if I copy this, we can go into the regular spider. I will put this as number 1. So it's going to override wanting to sleep during the day. It's going to do its walk animation, and then it's going to go to the block when it detects it. It's going to sleep and kind of go into sleep animation on top of it. Man, I am putting a lot of ifs in here. If everything works, let's build it and try it out. Do the hacked locusts attack those guys? My spiders or the stalkers? If they're hacked locusts and you are the one who hacked them and they're your pet, those things will attack whatever you're attacking. So yeah, it will attack the hollows, the drifters, the stalkers, random pig. Random pig. Oh shoot. This is messed up. Hold on. Cut. Paste. There we go. That's looking better. That would not have been happy. All right, let's rebuild. That's probably what took so long. Honestly, any of them. Yeah. I mean, that would just be the game's lock target. So what it does, I actually had to look at that for like my seek entity and my melee attack and everything. They refer to it as either a retaliation entity or a target entity. If a pet's under your possession, then it looks at what you're targeting and what you are particularly aggroing, and then it takes that entity and it becomes its own target. So that thing is just randomly wandering around. Let's get a stalker out. Oh, that's snooze number 2. Oh, it's seeking it. There it goes. Yeah! Look at it! And it did exactly what we wanted to. So we have created a whole system for making points of interest. So I could attach this to any block in the game, and I can have any creature look at it as well. So basically, like I could have an ostrich, right, from someone else's mod as long as I do a patch, like the path patching for the JSON. I can just add this entity behavior and then specify in an attribute, right? Because I have to expand this out to do like blocks, and I can say ostriches love, fence, and they want to be attracted to a fence or a light source or whatever. Sweet. The awesome part is, because this is considered occupied now, this thing, oh, it's actually still going to seek it. It's pushing the other one off to the side. If I get rid of it, what happens with the logic? Okay, that one went back to idle. This one is still apparently seeking. There it goes. So it went back to idle. I want to set it to where that would be another option. More than one skeleton should be able to fight to break down your door, I'm thinking. Maybe. So what if I put this over here? Right now it's doing its idle thing. So we'll see when these things... Oh, wait, they're probably going to try to sleep. Yeah, they're actively sleeping right now. So if I wake one up... There we go. Oh, I forgot to do something. When you break a block, you need to remove the point of interest. I totally forgot. So that's still considered a point of interest for that spider. So that's going to be a problem. It's a good thing we do some testing now. So I have to do a couple of things here. It's not bad though. I mean, we basically got it done. This is just cleanup. The hard part's done. We're gonna add a couple more methods down here. The game's not gonna like it, so we're just gonna close. BE_EM. Bam. Unblock placed. Base unblock removed. So unblock placed. I don't need that. I want unloaded and removed. So basically, we are going to be removing the point of interest. Point of interests are only server side, not client and server, or just client. So this should make it to where once a block has been removed, the spider is no longer going to care about that area. And then we should be able to break it, right? Have them snap out of their lust for the block, and then place another block down, and then both of them, in their own time, once they start doing the scan again, will want to go and migrate towards that block. And I want it to where if the block is occupied, or put a bool statement in, another attribute, to where if a block is occupied, it ignores it and tries to find another one. Right? So, okay, so we put that down. Let's get a stalker. We'll use the violet stalker. Beep. There it goes, right? It's like, look at that love. And right down to sleep. You, eventually, it's looking around right now. Oh, saw something it likes. Hey, actually, it looks like it worked out. unless it just fell asleep, because these things are should be sleeping during the day. So okay, right? So I have that. I'm gonna put this over here. I'm gonna break this. These things are sleeping right now, so I'm gonna wake it up with a gentle tap. There we go. It no longer cares about that. It sees this new position. These things, I think they go towards whatever the closest block is. So if you have a bunch of things like this, right? This guy, he's probably going to go towards that one because it's closest. Yep. I got to work on the animation. The animation's a little slow for the foot movement, but that's more of the AI itself. All right, that was my last snooze that I can do. When the alarm goes off again at 5:15, I got a bizounce. Ads. Blah. Ads. That's okay, because while an ad's going on, let's go over here to twitch.tv. I'm definitely going to clean this up off stream too, get rid of all the bloat that I do not need. Load Claw, my man Load Claw. We will be raiding the Loadster. Ads, yeah, it kind of sucks. Back. Okay. Yeah, I was just setting up a Load Claw raid on the side, because once my alarm goes off again, I'm gonna have to pack it up. I will be probably live streaming again later tonight. It's gonna be around maybe 7:30 to 8 o'clock Eastern time. I'm feeling good, and I got another soda in there. Tomorrow's like my Friday. Nice long weekend. I'm going to be finishing up the logic here. We're going to be adding attributes that we can customize, like, put in ourselves. We are going to be cleaning up this logic. I hate that it's so attached to chickens with eggs and stuff, so we're going to prune out all the code we don't need just to get like the basics. Like, I want any creature to be attracted to any block that I tag this stuff specifically to. Yes. Oh, you see something you like, huh? What about you? Look at you both. And then this right here, the animation, that's just the AI. Oh, it skipped it. Oh, no, but it fell asleep. Let's do time set night. There we go. Wake up. Oh, so they were just falling asleep. So that one's there, that one's there. Oh, they're kind of, they're ignoring. So this one's probably going to go, occupy it, and then this guy's going to be SOL. Yep. So it is doing it. So this one's in the nest, and then it's doing nothing, so it's just going to do its idle states here. It's going to go down for a rest, get up, wander around. Unless... and then if I break it, yep, it no longer has the point of interest in mind. Good. So we have successfully created entity attraction to blocks. And yep, look at it. It's just wandering around now. Creepy little fucking thing. All right, I feel bad. Here you go, buddy. Here you go. Look at it just like crawling over to it. I do have to fix that animation. So I can make spiders attracted to just regular. Oh, it's doing the wander. Oh, I bet you because the AI only lasts so long, there's a minimum and maximum cooldown on it. Okay, so since I don't have anything, yeah, minimum cooldown, oh, that's in hours. So if you don't specify anything, I think the minimum and maximum cooldown is like 5 or 10 seconds. Forced magnetization, right? Make players magnet to it. It's got to be an actual block. Like, right, and this is only, I think I have it to where these things only look like 9 blocks away. So it doesn't have a ridiculous sight. So having it be a little closer, I put it within its range again. And it's going to kind of wander for so ever many seconds, right? And then bam, goes down to sleep. So it is nesting. There you go. You have a home too. All right, so yeah, and all that is through my custom Seek Block AI. And the Seek Block AI is in Entity AI Tasks. I actually made it here. So this right here kind of gets everything right, your animation, the block, like checking the blocks nearby. We may have to tweak this a little as well to make it more, because right now I'm putting in just a constant. I want you to be able to put in what creature is attracted to that particular block, and maybe some variations of it too. Like if it's able to have multiple things crowd around it and fight for it, or if it's just once one is there, everything else ignores that point of interest until that thing moves. Oh, and there it is, everyone. I don't know if you can hear that. Nice, gentle. Dismiss. I couldn't even snooze it. I knew. That is the final straw. All right, everyone. So slash or exclamation raid. This is my awesome raid message. Yes, I like Rick and Morty. That was the inspiration slash raid. We're gonna raid our good buddy Load Claw. Intended for mature audiences. Hope everyone's mature enough for this ride. All right, so thank you everyone for watching. See you later, Vexus. See you later, everyone. I'm again gonna be live streaming again tonight between like 7:30 to 8 o'clock is when I'll start, and I'm gonna go till I get tired, and or till I'm responsible enough to be able to, like, you know, go to bed, put myself to bed. Thanks for the follow, Empires. Yep, thanks for the stream. Thank you, thank you. Hope everyone enjoyed it. Hope people like seeing, us working on things like this. We did a lot. New point of interest behavior. That we're going to be leaning heavily into that. Tonight we will be, again, we'll be hopefully getting the hollow out and getting an update, like, out. We'll see. We'll see. I don't necessarily need to get the point of interest stuff done to get the next update out. So it'll probably be tonight or tomorrow that we'll have the new update, and then everyone can get their hands on this and tell me how to tweak it. Awesome stuff. Thank you, Vexus. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful evening, and see y'all later.